is away. So, just one game. It's going to be points based. Game 1 is a fixed World Dom game on Europe Advanced with unstable portals, no fog, but we do have blizzards, auto placement, automated expert bots, but we probably won't see any bots, 90-second turn timer with alliances on and balance blitz dice. The points format, I believe, is the standard points format. And you guys might be able to tell I am a little bit under the weather here. But hopefully that doesn't interfere too much. It does look like we're missing Feliz, so I guess I will assume the host role here as well. Let's see. Alright, we have Gus on red. Rue, I believe, is pink. Bart, as always, is yellow. Clive, also pretty much as always, is black. Jax is white, stealing that color from Zychron, who had to go with green. And this game started at about, what, 3 after, 4 after? Close enough. Alright, we see Zychron take his first turn, grabbing the Southeastern Europe bonus. Clive is going to take the neighboring bonus on the Narek Alps and roll out his Krasnodar position. I believe that's the name of that territory. Makes a fortify over in the Orient. So it looks like Jax has reasonable lines on a turn 1 Russia. He does need some really good dice here, though. It might be left up to a 1v1 roll, or a 2v1 roll. 2v1 if you're talking troops, 1v1 if you're talking dice. Everyone seems fine with allowing Jax to go for that. The question is, what does he want to leave? Oh, he's going to do a 3v1 on black, and then put the rest on the 2. He is running out of time. Yeah, he would need to win 2 3v1s here, but he's not going to risk it this turn. He's going to content himself with a turn 2 Russia take. All right, but Gus is going to go ahead and greet out and grab the Eastern Europe bonus, trying to roll down the 2. I think you just want to hit it with the 5, and ideally get perfect dice. Big +8 on turn 1 for Gus. Rue is going to get Great Britain and set himself up for France, it looks like, in a future turn. Loses 2 on Zychron's 1 there. That's unfortunate dice. But he should have Paris next turn regardless. He does not have it this turn. Meanwhile, Bart, getting the last seat in a fixed World Dom game with no caps, means that he does need a bonus to ensure his survival. I mean, just turn order when you're playing fixed World Dom, going last is almost always a death sentence, but Bart is currently sitting number 1 on the Saber ranking, so if anyone's skilled enough to make something out of this turn order spot, it's him. And sure enough, we do see him take Splittily there. Guarding with 3s. We'll see if anyone wants to bully Bart. So Zychron, looking at his turn 2 bonus options. Looks like he's considering Scandinavia, has settled on Scandi. And hit the 2 first, gets perfect dice on it, and should be able to finish taking the Scandi bonus this turn. Gonna leave 3, it seems like, in Oslo. No, leaving 2 there. Or is that Oslo? Or is that... I might have it... I think that is Oslo and the other one's Stockholm, right? Maybe I have my Nordic territories mixed up. I did put some leftover fries and a barbecue pork sandwich into the convection oven. and that'll come out here in a few minutes. So I will dismiss myself for like a minute or two to go grab that, because I am starving. I haven't really had an appetite all day due to being sick. All right, Clive Chatterjee grabs the Iberian Peninsula, the big old Spain bonus. Speaking of which, as you guys probably all know, the World Cup is coming up. I believe it starts next week. Today and tomorrow are the last days for signups. So if you're interested in that and are not in the World Cup yet, mosey on over to the PRT website and sign up for that event. Represent your team or your nation. The nation I'm choosing to represent is La Nación de España, porque mi madre se nació ahí. I'm American by birth, but I represent Spain in the World Cup because my mother was born there. So, as the son of a first order, first degree immigrant, I get to fight for Spain just like I did last year. Of course, last year it wasn't the Spain team. Last year I was on the Southeastern Europe team. We do see a break. So Gus takes Central Europe, and Rue says, yeah, a plus 13 is too big, my friend. I'm going to have to break your Central Europe, while he also successfully takes France. So I do think that that was probably the right play from Rue. We see Bart working on West Africa. He loses one there. If he happens to get perfect dice, he can take it this turn. Doesn't get perfect dice, but has it lined up for next turn. And just to clarify the placement points, 6th place gets 2, and then going up from there, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And then every bounty is worth 3. Zycron not looking at taking a third bonus, content with his plus 7. The only other option Clive has, actually Clive has 2 options. He could take Orient or North Africa, and based off of how he's placed, he appears to be attempting the North Africa take. Looks like he will be successful. Loses 2 on that 3. Jack's reacting. So that does put Clive at plus 11. If he holds that, that'll be the most generation of any player. Jack's going to grab Iceland. That'll be his second bonus since he's on the big plus 7. Give him a total of plus 9 generation. Sits on the Iceland portal with a 4, and on his Russia portal with an 8. All right, Gus is going to retake Central Europe. Oh, he is breaking Bart. Bart immediately ends the alliance, and Bart does not really have recourse to hit Gus, to take vengeance on Gus, aside from communicating his ire for the red player to his allies. We will see the strength of Bart's bonds here. Bart is no longer playing to win, it seems like. Did not bother taking his bonus, and is instead stacking in Italy, and also not bothering to see whether or not any of his forged relationships or diplomatic ties will come to his aid. He will be stacking in Rome instead of continuing his African conquest. That gives Zycron an option to take cards without breaking anyone. Decides to grab a few Bart territories. So yeah, as predicted, the player that goes last in turn order is typically in a very bad spot in a fixed World Dom game like this. Since they go last, yeah, it looks like Clive has the kill here. Looks like we will be switching POVs. Trading Bart here for Zycron. So let's see if we can do that. Right. Yeah, so understandable that Bart would want to leave after that experience. So now we are watching from Zycron's POV. It looks like Jax is choosing to break Clive. I don't think I have. Yeah, we unfortunately don't have sound. Ooh, Gus also going in on Clive. Steals Denaric. So Clive appears to be the next player that's been voted off the island, or the continent in this case. Desperately reaching out to allies, pleading for assistance. I'm not sure any will come. Normally, when somebody takes the first bite, there is blood in the water that is quickly devoured by the remaining sharks. Rue goes ahead and steals the North Africa bonus and guards Gascony against Clive. Jax is asking Zycron to hit red or to hit black. Gus is on plus 17 right now if he holds all three of the bonuses he's currently sitting on. Hey, how's it going, Bertram? Evening yourself. Is Zycron going for the West Africa bonus? The heart from Clive is swatted away. Clive hoping to do a little better than 5th and 1. But the board appears to have other ideas. All right, I will be back in just a moment. Gonna go grab that food I was mentioning earlier. Let's go, Roberto. Yes, Bart indeed was the first to die. Clive was the one that took his bounty. It looks like Zycron is debating taking Clive's bounty. Decides to break Rue. Oh no, Zycron looking to take Rue's bounty here. Looks like he's got just enough to do it. Apparently the board changed their mind on Clive and went to Rue while I was away. Yep, Zycron does have this bounty. So Zycron cannot do worse than 4th and 1. Clive also cannot do worse than 4th and 1. But one of them will be higher than 4th and 1. Clive pleading with Zycron to attack anyone other than him. Decides to break Gus's Central Europe. Puts a big stack over in Denmark. Clive trades. Not much he can do with it. Maybe he starts hitting Gus and hopes that Jax follows suit. Unclear what the play for Clive is. Good proc spawn you got? Yeah, it was. You had you were split in all kinds of different positions. But yeah, a fixed game on a big map like this normally disservices the players that go last. Only person, yeah, that makes sense. Like in my opinion, I also agree that red was too big. It made sense for you to break him. I think maybe you could have. I don't know. This is like a small thing. Like maybe you try to get someone else to break him the second time, but aside from that, that's a small complaint because the bottom line is he did need to be broken. At least it's my opinion. Big trade for Gus. He's got a massive stack going in on Zycron here. Going through Zycron to get over to Clive. Takes West Africa, as well as Spain and the Clive bounty. So, do Jax and Gus work together to go first and second? Or do Zycron and Jax work together to level Gus out a little bit? Because there's a lot of red on this board. Jax is asking Zycron to hit red. Zycron is lined up to hit Jax and Gus. Ooh, breaks Iceland. Does he have enough to take? Not quite. Breaks Russia also. Looks like Zycron is feeding Jax to Gus. Doesn't hit Gus at all. I think the predictable play here is Gus is going to come over and slam Zycron. Jax going in on Gus, just going through to hit Zycron. Choosing to not open Zycron's stack to his stack. Zycron asking Gus to kill him last. This does appear to be Gus's game. The only question now is who gets second. Looks like Gus is going for Zycron. Should have enough to finish Zycron off over in Italy. Zycron ends with a 3rd and 1. as soon as this roll happens. There it is. Jax is going to end second in 0. Gus, with an excellent game, finishing first in 3. Hopefully we get the spectate here. There we go. There does not seem to be hope here for Jax. Not going to break the +2. Makes sense. Because that would open the 12. And that there, folks, is game. Well played to Gus, having a huge round 1 in Group 3.